So about the final exam, electrical circuits, we have 40 marks, right? So 40 marks divided in how many chapters? You have to divide in 7 chapters, 1 to 7 chapters. In this 1 to 7 chapters, which chapter we missed there? Okay, one by one will come. So first chapter, basic concepts we studied about the from basics. What is a charge? What is the current? What is the voltage? Then power. From basics. So from basics we studied in the first chapters. So chapter 1 and yeah, chapter 1 mostly covered in part A and part B. So in final exam, we have 3 parts. Okay, we'll discuss that one. Part A, MCQ questions, you can write down. Part A, 10 MCQ questions will be there, 10 marks from chapter 1 to 7, all are covered. Okay, and these MCQs I will give you the file in future, in the next week, inshallah. 10 marks, Ashra. Okay, more marks, 10 marks is very good. MCQs, and these MCQs already predefined one, means I will give the complete maybe 100 or 150 questions it may come, I don't know. So that file I will give, from that only I will ask from this MC. Chapter 1 to 7. Now part B, 15 marks. Part B, 15 marks. 6 questions will be there from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 5 and 6. 1, 2, 5 and 6. Part B, 15 marks, chapter 1, 2, 5 and 6, means from these 4 chapters. From this small questions, short answer questions we can say. 6 questions will be there. So 15 means how many should be the each? 2.5, 2.5, right? No, I will divide with as per that, don't worry. I will divide maybe 3 marks, some maybe 4 marks or 3 marks. I will change it, that one. Okay, this is from chapter 1 to 5 and 6. 6 questions. Yeah, 2.5 marks. 6 questions are there. Each 2.5 marks I will manage. Okay, now last one, part C, which is a problem solving part. It is big answers, very big questions will be there. 3 questions will be there. Part C, 15 marks, 3 questions will be there. Part C, 15 marks, 3 questions from chapter 3, method of DC circuit analysis, chapter 4, DC circuit theorem, and chapter 7, as we discussed in previous classes. So these are the big solving problems all there in these 3 chapters, 3, 4 and 7. Yeah, I'm recording also. Part A, 10 marks MCQs from all chapters 1 to 7. Part B, 15 marks from chapter 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. Part C, 15 marks from chapter 3, 4 and 7. So that's why in part B, I didn't include this part C chapters. That is 3, 4, 7. It's not there. Small answer questions. I will not take from these chapters. Part C, that is chapter 3, 4, 7. I will not take any small questions. Maybe I can manage the small question, but that is exclusively I kept for the long answer questions. Like a mix I can give. Okay, no problem. So now coming to our concepts of the chapters, if we revive. First chapter, basic concepts we studied, that is charge and current, voltage and power, right? These we studied in basic concepts. So on this only multiple choice and small answer questions may come. Next, chapter 2 we studied about the basic laws. What are the basic laws we studied in chapter 2? Yes, chapter 2 we studied Ohm's law, nodes, branches and loops. About their equation we studied. Then we studied Kirchhoff's law. Triangle also we studied, how the Kirchhoff's law triangle is there, voltage, current and resistance relationship. Then we studied resistor also, I think, in this. Yeah, resistor in chapter 1 we studied about the resistor. In the chapter 1 we studied about the resistor. It's a equation. It's a basic equation in terms of its area, its length and the resistivity. We studied that one. Now in chapter 2, we studied how to use that resistance in DC circuit analysis. That is Ohm's law, nodes and branches and loops. Kirchhoff's law we studied. So what are the two Kirchhoff's laws we studied? Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law. Where to handle and where to utilize, we also studied that one. Then we studied about the series resistors and voltage division. Here we solving the big circuit to a equivalent circuit, that is series resistor and voltage division, and parallel resistor and current division. In these two topics we studied how to make the equivalent circuit from the big circuit, that is making a series parallel combinations, how to reduce it to small circuit. So series resistor always will have a addition R1 plus R2 plus R3. If parallel we can first have 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3, 1 by R4 added, then inverse again. So it will give the resultant for parallel resistance. In series resistor voltage division, how it will be voltage division series resistor?
Voltage division?
Yeah. It's the total voltage divided by the total resistance multiplied by where we want the voltage. Where we want the voltage, that resistance. That's called the series resistor voltage division. Opposite, current division. Okay. When we have a parallel current in series, always same. Current always we see there is a division in current when there is a parallel option is there. So what is the equation for parallel generally? We have a resistor where we want the current is equal to total current divided by total resistance multiplied by other resistance, right? Other resistance than that one. That is the one. If it has two parallel combination, means only two resistors if we have. Three we have, it is different issue. We cannot find that one. Again, one by one we have to go. We have to solve the circuit in small, where only two parallel resistors are there. Then again we have to expand it. So like that we can go. Now on mid-exam in the what we call quizzes also, why delta transformation I didn't ask at the time. The syllabus was not covered. So small answer question may come from here and multiple choice answer question also will come. Why delta transformation means if the resistance is connected in the shape of the delta, it's not a series, it's not a parallel. So it is a shape of a delta. Okay, triangle. In the form of triangle is also called as delta. Y is nothing but center one resistance like a star. Center one resistance and in parallel on the resistance. This also star is also called as a Y transformation. So this is important in the final and quiz and small answer question, not long answer. Okay, coming to the chapter 3. Chapter 3, which covers the multiple choice and the which one? Chapter 3, what are the cover? Where I asked, I told you. No. Chapter 3, yeah, small answer question only. Chapter 3, no, long answer question. Chapter 3 for multiple choice and long answer question, it will be there from here. So here introduction, nodal analysis we studied, and nodal analysis with voltage source, that is super node, we skip that one. So here also I skip this one. Mesh analysis we studied with a big circuit, and mesh analysis with current source also we skipped. That is super mesh, super node, we are not covered in the teaching also. That's why I skip for the exam also. Okay. Okay, node analysis and mesh analysis very important here. Only two topics are there. Solve I think 2 to 4 problems maybe I have. That is by having which method? Cramer's rule method and equation method, that is removing the dependence, right? Solving the equations. The two methods you have to study. I prefer Cramer's rule method, that is matrix method. That is a good one. So this is long answer question. One question will surely come. Node analysis, mesh analysis. Anyone will come from here because 3 questions in the part C. So one from chapter 3, one question from chapter 5, and one from chapter 7. Chapter 4 and one from chapter 7. So chapter 4, long answer again, and multiple choice. Introduction, we have linearity property, superposition theorem. All theorems are there. Any one theorem may come. Superposition, source transformation. Mostly source transformation is small topic. It may not come, but it will be useful for you. If you study, it is good. It is useful for your Norton's Thevenin equivalence. It is useful for that. Just a small topic, not a big deal. Superposition is very important. Thevenin, Norton's, and maximum power. is very, very important. Means 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 4 theorems, superposition also a theorem generally. Out of 4 theorems, 1 theorem surely will come. So this is from chapter 4, that is comes in the part C, long answer. Now chapter 5 and 6, short answer questions. That is chapter 5, we studied about the capacitors and inductors only. That is passive elements. Capacitors are how they are defined, how the structure is there, and what it will store, electrical energy, that is static or magnetic, that we studied capacitor. Then we studied its series and parallel combination. We derived equation to get its charge stored in it, and power also we got it from this. Same vice versa inductor. Inductor also we studied about the structure, and like a resistor, its structure also we studied. Then we studied the equation for the current and I by derivating and by integrating. Then we studied about the power also, how much energy stored in it, that also we studied, that is magnetic energy. Now series parallel combination of the inductors also we studied. So small answer question may come in either in the capacitor or in an inductor. So this is about the chapter 5. Chapter 6 is the basic concepts of the AC circuits, that is sinusoid and phasors. So we studied in chapter 6, which is a short answer questions and MCQs. Sinusoids we studied basically how AC is defined, sine wave, cos wave, how the voltage is there, how the current is there. Then we studied what is a phasor. We didn't study directly how to convert the phasor, but what is a phasor we studied. In this phasor we have 3 forms. What are the 3 forms we have? One is rectangular form, next polar and exponential form we have in the phasor. So we studied this form. Then from the sinusoid, how to convert this also we studied from the phasor relationship of the circuit. From the phasor relationship for the circuit, we studied from sinusoid to the phasor, how to convert we studied. And based on that, we studied impedance, because the voltage current only we studied in sinusoid and phasors, how to convert and what is the voltage, what is the current, how it look like. Then we studied about the resistance in DC, here in impedance in the AC, that is it has inductance and capacitance. So these 3 will combinedly we call impedance. So inductance and capacitance is called reactance, and resistance is a resistance only. So resistance and gamma, that is add with the reactance, maybe inductance, maybe capacitance, is called impedance. So that we studied in the chapter 6, sinusoid and phasors. Small answer question only here. Either mostly in impedance and admittance I will ask, or converting the sinusoid to phasor I may ask. Convert the I will give the voltage in the sinusoid. I will ask its angular frequency, its amplitude, its polar form. I will ask that one, maybe like that. So next, last chapter, chapter 7. It's a long answer question, part C, and multiple choice question. So what we studied in chapter 4, right? Chapter 4, same thing we are studying. Chapter 3 and 4, what we studied here, we are getting in one chapter, that is chapter 7 with AC. That is AC circuits with nodal analysis, mesh analysis, superposition theorem, source transformation theorem, and Thevenin and Norton equivalent circuit, and instantaneous and average AC power we studied. But for the final exam, I previously told for quiz and final exam, the instantaneous and average power is skipped. It is not there. Okay. So only how many topics we have? Nodal analysis, mesh analysis, source transformation is small topic, so we can skip it. Superposition and Thevenin and Norton equivalent circuit. So Thevenin and Norton equivalent circuit, 2 questions already we have. Superposition 1 question, mesh and nodal 2 questions. Total 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last topic, 7th topic, 7 only. So 5 or 6, 1, 2, super 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 problems are there in it. Any one problem will come. Okay. For your simplicity, I will give the problem what it has. I may change the values in it, but the same method it will come. So this is how final exam will be there. Already date is announced. 1st January we have. So we have the exam in next year, not this year. Like that. Don't take a serious that. We have short time to study that one. I think 2 weeks, not more. So 2nd week of the exam period we have, right? 2nd week, next week is makeup exams, and after next week, final exam starts. So next week and after this next week, 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, we have the final exam in electrical circuits for 40 marks. Okay, so basic rules in the after the exam and calculations and how the analysis will be there from my side is same like your mid exam. I will check the steps. Don't feel that answer is wrong means everything is gone, zero. No, try to solve basic steps. Ohm's law. From Ohm's law, write the equation. From nodal analysis, write equation. Mesh analysis, write loop equation. Write it, but correct. Don't say that I'll write all the equations. I write in 1 page, full 1 page. I wrote, sir, for steps you told me that you will give the marks. That's not my meaning. My meaning, the steps should be correct. Maybe the calculation in the later steps you may make mistakes and the result will be not correct. So that I will understand. But if step itself is wrong, how can I give the marks for that? Maybe the first step is correct, second step may be the wrong, second loop equation may be the wrong, first loop equation correct. So this second loop equation, when it is wrong, I cannot consider that one. First loop equation I will consider, I will give the mark to that. Later after the exam, mid exam, many students come and ask me, sir, so many steps I wrote, give that marks. How can I give when step is wrong? So that is not my concept, okay? So this is about the calculation. And whenever you are writing the steps, try to solve with the circuit. This is the basic, the name itself, electrical circuits. Try to draw many circuits so that easy to understand you and to understand me, that you know the subject. Don't by heart the equations and write down. Anyone can write. Mathematician all use equations only. We are not mathematicians, we are engineers. Engineer always go with the application, how to use that mathematic tools. That is engineer. So try to solve first step, class, draw the circuit. Second step, class, draw the circuit, wherever needed. Okay, we have booklet, very big booklet we have. Okay, any pages you can use it. Okay, so this is about the exam, how to write it. Now calculation, I told you, if you write the correct steps, I will give the marks. And last one is, if you is about to pass, if anyone problem, I won't hope so, everyone will get above 60 inshallah, and good grade you will get. But if you are shortfall of 3 marks, maximum 3 marks for the passing, 57 he is getting by internal and final exam, 3 marks is in my hand, I can adjust somewhere and I will pass. And second rule in this final step, second rule is, if we are shortfall of the grade change of 2 marks, that's in my hand, that also I can change. If we are getting, let's take 88 you have. So for from B plus to A, how many marks you need? 2 marks. So that much I can here and there, because already you have many steps, somewhere it may deducted. I will add there. Maybe if some internal quiz marks I can add no somewhere, I will add it, don't worry. So, okay, 2 marks for the grade change and maximum 3 marks for the passing. This is my final help from you for this subject. Okay. Okay, I will stop here.